The Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports studio. So glad you are here. So I know. The still working out the timing. Some days closer to 10 a.m. starting. Some days like today, not at all. My apologies. Today got a little off the rails because voice tracking, Big 101.3, and I didn't do it yesterday, so I realized as I was finishing up the morning radio show, I was like, oh my God, I forgot to voice track Big 101.3. So I had to do that. My apologies. Pardon me. Joe Martinez, Show Dick, writes, wasn't the show supposed to start at 10 every day? All right. Do I say anything to you when you park a smashed van in my driveway? Well, no, wait, I guess I do. So, all right. There's that. Yeah, okay, relax. It's free. What do you want? Megan says, damn, is Joe mad because he didn't get a jersey last night? Yesterday was not the jersey auction. I don't think. By the way, we were doing the math, Joe. You said 65 jerseys you own. And $700 on average for those. That's like $45,000 in hockey jerseys. You could smuggle all of Mexico City across the border in a U-Haul with that amount of money. My God. That is something. Jesus. Birthday club on Q100. Chris writes, Kenny is part of the birthday club every day. I think Ding Dong heard it today because he mentioned it. So, yeah, we have to make sure that running joke, I'll probably forget it. I probably won't do it again. I don't want to give Kenny too much attention because you know how he is. He'll end up, if I ever stop doing it, he'll write a strongly worded email. He'll friend request all of you and then, cry on your shoulder because I took him off the birthday club. All that other bullshit that he pulls on a regular basis. Anyway, I don't know why I'm starting a fight with him. Just seems like the right thing to do. Just keep him honest every now and then. Long and the short of it is I'm not in the best mood right now because I just found out something from my doctor. And this is my very up close and personal doctor that you know all too well that I've talked to you about. I know my urologist on a first name basis. That is the multi-talented Dr. Rachel. Now, she knows everything about my genitals more than, she knows more about my genitals than anybody else on the planet. She knows all about my enlarged prostate and my personal issues. So I was describing on the show to you that I've been having like a lot of ball pain lately. It feels like kind of like sometimes a guy will get kicked in the balls and then it hurts like bad for a period of time after. That's what it feels like, but less achy. By the way, excuse the camera. It keeps resetting and there's a lot of sun in the room right now and it's driving the camera crazy. So if it gets bright and then not bright, just go with it. There's nothing I can do about it. It's a poverty camera. See, right there. Super bright. I look like a goddamn ghost now. So, you know, I reached out. I talked to you about this. I said, look, since Sunday, Dr. Rachel. Now, Rachel's like a lovely, multi-talented, very young, very attractive young lady, but she's a doctor. It's like, look, there was a moment Sunday when I was able to show Diana my moves. And after that, since that, I've been having testicular pain. She's like, okay, is it on the right or the left? And I go, well, the left more so, but the right too. More tender in the left. She analyzes that answer. She got back to me today. This is why I love the app. I love the MyChart thing. You can get an answer so quickly. Not violating any HIPAA laws because it's all me. Here's the news. This is why you should always I don't screw around. If I feel out of sorts, I reach out to the doc right away. Holly, the assistant, writes, hello, EZ. Dr. Rachel ordered a urinalysis. And here's the best part. A scrotal ultrasound, which radiology will call you to schedule the ultrasound. So I have to get, like when you're pregnant, you get like an ultrasound to see the baby. One of those wands with like the jelly. I presume they're going to have to load up my balls with jelly and put the wand on there to look at my balls through my scrotum. Isn't that fantastic? Modern medicine. They can just get a very nice, clear picture of your ball meat with a scrotal ultrasound. Now, I have questions, though. Many, many questions. When you're dealing with like a mom who's got a baby and they're, I got this big belly, you got a big canvas to work on. My sack is and it's dangly. So is there going to have to be someone that pulls it tight like a goddamn shade on a window? And then they kind of use the little reader right on the sack. Is it like a 2 or 3 hand job? 2 or 3 person job, not a 2 or 3 hand job. So a scrotal ultrasound is in my future to get to the bottom of my problem. Try to find out what's going on. I'm not in that much discomfort, but as has been the case through every day this week, like the day starts out, I'm okay, and then just from I don't know what it is, but by the evening hours, my balls hurt. That's all there is to it. I just ball pain. Yesterday, it wasn't as intense as the day before, so maybe it's, I don't know, whatever is the problem is slowing down. But just to be sure, we're going to go with the scrotal ultrasound and urinalysis. Wow. Let this be a reminder to you guys that you have to take care of yourselves. Ryan writes, oh, God, I had an ultrasound on my sack once. Most uncomfortable thing ever. Worse yet, it was in the ER, and the nice, pretty young lady said that 2 Grand Valley residents would like to observe the procedure. They were also attractive. As I'm laying there, one of them recognizes me. Oh, God! Oh, yeah. So that's the latest. Maureen says, did she please clarify, Ryan, did she recognize you from your balls or your face? Nick says they just stick them in the mammogram smasher. Rich says you got to release some of that built-up seed. Oh, God, that sounds terrible. All right. Chris says, great. Time for breakfast. Rebecca says, you are rare. Most men wait until they are dead before they call the doctor. Oh, yeah, as soon as there's a problem, if it lasts for any longer than a couple of days, I'm all about it. Ryan writes, thank God your hair is perfect. Thank you. Joe Martinez checks in and says, I'll have a table set up at the Griffins game on April 12th, giving away a few things and doing a drawing. What are you drawing, Joe Martinez? I didn't realize you were so talented. Megan is here. We've been trading raccoon videos. We have decided that raccoons are absolutely awesome. We keep sending each other videos of families who adopt raccoons. These aren't people, like the one I sent to her was a lady who moved into a residence, and the person she bought the house from had domesticated the raccoon by feeding it. You're not supposed to do that. But the thing was already domesticated when she moved in. So the lady moves in, and the raccoon's like, oh, all right, hey, I'll get used to you. And the raccoon does get used to the lady. And then the goddamn raccoon has baby raccoons and introduces the baby raccoons to the lady who lives there. And the lady, the raccoon, I don't know what the fucking thing's name is, has new raccoons or cubs, whatever they're called, babies, every year. So now there's going to be literally hundreds of raccoons. Now, I can see one or maybe two. But now, my God, I think you got to be careful because you're going to cause like a neighborhood infestation. And not everybody is going to be so wanting to have raccoons around. Because, first of all, they harbor disease. All right? Second of all, they're relentless. So the neighbor is going to call like pest control or he's going to get out his .22. And then that's awful. Megan says Sanchez is the best. He sleeps in a drawer. His sister Luna is a turd and always gets up in his business. So true. I'm still here for it. Let's see. Rich is not a fan. He says those fucking trash pandas can all burn. Chris says, I personally can't wait for the easy pet snake videos this spring. That's right. Mr. Snake out in the backyard. He's a big garter snake. God damn, is he big. Kyle writes, 22s and dead raccoons are great combos. Make for good feeding for eagles. Yeah, I can't get behind that. You know, I'm not going to do that. Last night at the Griffins game, there was a bit of hilarity. Kevin Kuipers was there. I just saw him reference it. Some dickbag asked his significant other to marry him. Now, it's bad enough when, like it happens at the hockey game and somebody takes a knee and then, whatever. But there was a time, not last year, but the year before, maybe it was last year, where a guy did that and she said yes, but it wasn't resounding. And then the camera panned on them later in the game and she was cross-armed with a straight face like this. And then all you had to do was see the body language between these two. She wasn't happy. And the crowd goes, oh. Everybody read into it like, uh-oh. And within like a minute, she got up and walked out. And that poor son of a bitch sat there the rest of the game by himself. So something bad happened. You don't want that. Well, this ding-dong. At the end of the first period, first intermission, it's always like, okay, and let's welcome all the people that are celebrating a birthday today. Holly is 14, Johnny is 32, and happy birthday to so-and-so and so-and-so. And then the very last thing, it says Destiny Lynn, which sounds like a stripper name. Destiny Lynn, will you marry me? And that's all it says. There's no name attached to it. All it says is Destiny Lynn, will you marry me? And I read it, and it was on the board. Destiny Lynn, will you marry me? So we're all assuming that Destiny Lynn is in the building, and some guy is also there sitting next to her. And then we got a little bit of time between before the period starts, and I announced that I'm on a mission. I go, ladies and gentlemen, if you could point to the direction that you think Destiny Lynn and her man is, and then the crowd starts pointing, and then the camera people are figuring it out, and then we see him on the big board, and I go, I don't know the guy's name, so I'm just going to call him Ronaldo. Ronaldo, and she said yes, and she did say yes. She was really cute, by the way, and she had a baby with her, no doubt from Ronaldo, we hope. Part of me was saying, ask on the PA, is that the dad? But I didn't. I kept it to myself. I don't want to get fired. But I was thinking it. And so I gave him a hard time because no one knew the fucker's name. What kind of dipshit does it that way? And it worked. It fucking worked. So that's going to end horribly. It will. My God. Also during that game, I had more interaction. First of all, there was some dickhead from, I don't even remember his name, from Cleveland, who got pissed off. And by the way, the Griffins won and they clinched a playoff berth for the first time since 2019. That was when fuckface Ben Simon was coaching them. That guy was fucking horrible. Fuck Ben Simon. Anyway, so the Griffins have been doing very well this year. They're in the playoffs. That's awesome. And by the way, Ben Simon coaches the defense for the Iowa Wild. The Iowa Wild are statistically last in every defensive category this year in the American Hockey League. They're horrible. Just a little food for thought there. Simon left. Everybody was happy when he left. He sucked. The team sucked when he coached them. Now they're good again. Weird. Anyway, this guy for Cleveland gets called for a penalty, and whatever happens a million times. Player sits down, or they're usually upset, and then the next thing I know, everybody is soaking wet. This motherfucker took the Gatorade bottle and spiked it like Rob Gronkowski, and it exploded. And water everywhere. Everybody's wet. Penalty box attendants, the other off-ice officials, the scorekeeper, My phone, the control board that controls the electronics on the shots on goal and the score of the game and the clock. We're like, God damn it. And so 2 minutes later, his penalty's winding down. He goes up to the door. Penalty box attendant is going to open up the door, and the dude's going to skate off the 10, 9, 8. When we get down to that number, I go, hey, thanks for getting us all wet. Thank you. He's got to go. He takes off out of the ice. We all laugh. Blue State Rob says, AHL talk makes me think, did Lonely Nick ever cancel his AHL account? He's got toothpaste to pay for. Now, he doesn't have to, I don't think he does have to worry about toothpaste. Yeah, I don't know. Knowing Nick, he's so stupid with his money. That guy threw so much money my way. It was embarrassing. It's like, stop doing that. I mean, I'll take it, but you should probably stop. Chris writes, is anybody still upset about you recording that fight? There might be a few people, the old timers that are on the team that might still be butthurt about that. And eventually they'll move on, get out of hockey, and there'll be new players, and then everybody will forget about it. Dan Watson, the coach of the team, seems like a really nice guy. So that's good because Simon hated me because of that stupid video I shot. It was a great video. Nick says, got to work in it. Don't let me down next time Simon's on the bench. I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with him during the game because he's such a fucking hothead. He'll actually walk across the ice and try to fucking pick a fight, which I guess would be very interesting if you think about it. All right. So I have shared with you that Red Wings draft pick Sebastian Cossa, the goalie of the future. He's a really nice guy. And because you never know with goalies, they might be a little wonky. There was a goalie that used to be for the Red Wings, for the Griffins, named Jared Coro. I'll never forget this. He was another giant guy. And when he was a goalie with the Griffins, super nice, affable, friendly, funny, nice dude. He goes up to the Red Wings for like half a season. And then shortly thereafter, he gets sent back down. When he gets back down, he turned into the biggest asshole on the planet. You couldn't even speak to him without him freaking out. We're like, what happened to you? Cossa is very, very cool. But I don't push my luck with these people. I try not to fraternize with them at all ever since the Don't Let Me Down incident. But not long ago when I walked off the ice after a period to go potty like I do because of my prostate issues. And he's taking off his gear, getting ready to recover from during the intermission. He sees me and goes, hey, the other team got like 3 or 4 shots on goal that I stopped and didn't count. Can you add them to the shots on goal? That's very important for him because the more shots on goal and that he doesn't let a goal up, it improves his average. And statistically, it's very important for him. So I go, you got it, big fella. I'll take care of you. So I go walking over to the bench, and the scorer, Josie, is not there, and there's like 6 shots on goal after the period. I bump it up to 9. And he skates back out on the ice, gets to the crease, takes off his mask, starts putting Gatorade on him to cool down. He looks up at the scoreboard. He sees it. And he looks at me and he goes, he like pumps his fist. He's like, yeah. I'm like, fuck yes. Well, now it's happening like quite a bit. And now it's a little bit more of a struggle. Because yesterday I go walking in. I'm right behind him. He's the last one, leaves the ice. He's on the bench. He goes walking to the tunnel. I'm right behind him. He's a giant. He's like 6'6", 6'7", without skates. So this Godzilla-sized man is in front of me, taking off his gear, and he goes, hey, fella. And he holds up 3. He goes, 2 or 3 more, 2 or 3 more. I go, I got you, man. I got you. Nux. I knuck him. He was walking back in the locker room. I go pee. I come walking back out. I go to the scorer's table, and Josie's at the scorer's table. And I go, hey, Kosa wants you to add 3 more. She goes, I can't. I go, why not? Well, scorer's table upstairs, they if they see that, they're going to ask me why I changed it. Well, just fucking do it. I mean, come on. Who cares? If they call and say something. So she's like worried. And she doesn't want to do it, so I didn't like pressure her. But then I'm like, God damn it, I don't want to let him down now. So then I lean over, I go fucking, and I hit it 3 times. So now he goes from 6 shots on goal to 9 shots on goal. Team comes out. Phone rings. It's the scorer's table upstairs. Why is there 9 shots on goal? There was just 6. So she makes up some story, and I don't even know what she said, but she takes like one of them off. So now it says 8. And so they're still confused. It's all confusion. Everybody's freaking out. You know, everything's difficult. I don't know why we didn't just say, well, Coral wanted a few more. And then it's home cooking. You just say, oh, okay, cool. Fucking put 15 up. Let's help this guy get to the NHL, you know? Fuck this shit. Nobody wants to live on the edge. If it were me, I'd put 99. Nick says a fraudulent stat scandal has been uncovered at Van Andel Arena. So, scorer's table upstairs is calling to the scorer's table downstairs, and there I am pushing buttons. Period ends. Second intermission. I'm right behind, did I say Coral earlier? I'm right behind Kosa. He's taking off his gear. He sees me. He goes, hey, guy. And he holds up 4. And I go, well, I had a hell of a time getting the 2 or 3 from last period added. And he goes, 4. 4, guy. 4. Hey. Yo, it's 4, eh? I go, all right, man. And go potty, walk back out on the ice. I go walking up to the scorer's table. It's Josie. She's like guarding that fucking thing. She's looking at me. I go, Coral wants 4 more. Not Coral, God damn it. I go, Kosa wants 4 more. And she's looking at me, and she's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I go, well, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. He thinks there was 4 more shots on him in the period. And so now the cat's out of the bag. I'm going to have to tell him at some point that I got yelled at for changing him. So I'm stuck in the middle of course, somebody's going to get pissed off at me. I can guarantee you that. It's going to get ugly. I'm going to have to say to Kosa, look, yeah, I got in trouble. They yelled at me for changing the shots on goal. I'm so sorry. He had a great game, though. Griffs win. They're going to the playoffs. I love that. More hockey. The only thing better than hockey is more hockey. Okay? Tyler said, tell him Steve Yzerman is pissed. Yeah, right. Okay. Where does that leave us? That leaves us right now with all of you and folks that are watching the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Thank you so much for checking out the show. If you want the rest of it, download the Twitch app and then search Eric Zane Live and follow me on there. Subscribe to the channel. You can do all that. Give yourself a username so you can contribute on the chat, so you can be part of this group that continues to grow slowly, albeit slowly. I appreciate you so much. So thank you to the folks on Facebook, X, and YouTube. I have the my Patreon as well. Sign up for 7 days free, patreon.com/Eric Zane. And you can get in on this week's Who Are These Free Beers show. It's going to be awesome. Got a lot of great material to park on with our pals. The Free Beer and Hot Wings show, as Ben Glaze and myself review one of America's top morning shows. It's going to be a lot of fun. It happens on a Big Fraud Saturday with your old pal EZ. Try it out for 7 days free, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Send me an email. Still waiting on Molly's. She said she actually started hammering it out. Want to hear from you. If you want to correspond, say hi, whatever. I always love talking to folks. Sometimes gets a little lonely here around the old Eric Zane Show podcast studio. You can check me out. Send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, with our friends at Shoreliners. Damn it. Shoreliners Striping. Thank you for sponsoring the email.